Evaṃ me sutaṃ ekaṃ samayaṃ bhagavā Sāvantiyaṃ viharati jetavane anātapindikaṃ ārāme Atako aññatarā devatā abhiṅkantāya rantiyā abhiṅkantavannā Kevalakampaṃ jetavanaṃ obāsenvā yena bhagavate nupasaṅkamī Upasaṅkaminvā bhagavantaṃ abhivādenvā ekamantaṃ antāsī Ekamantaṃ titākosā devatā bhagavantaṃ gātāya anjabāsī Bahudevā manunsāca mangalāni acintayuṃ Akankamānā sontānaṃ brohi mangalamuttamam Asevanāca bālānaṃ panditānaṃ ca sevanā Pujāca pujanīyānaṃ etaṃ mangalamuttamam Patirūpadesavāsoca pumbēca kata puññatā Anta sammā panidhica etaṃ mangalamuttamam Bāhu sañcañca simpanca vinayoca susiṅkito Subhāsitāca yāvāca etaṃ mangalamuttamam Mātā pitu upantānaṃ puntadāraṃsa saṅgaho Anākulāca kammantā etaṃ mangalamuttamam Dānaṃca dhammacāriyāca ñātakānaṃca saṅgaho Anavajjāni kammāni etaṃ mangalamuttamam Ārati virati pāpā manjapānāca saññamo Appamādoca dhammesu etaṃ mangalamuttamam Gāravoca nivātoca santuntīca kataṃ yutā Kālena dhamma savanaṃ etaṃ mangalamuttamam Khantīca sovacansatā samanānaṃca dansanaṃ Kālena dhamma sākañca etaṃ mangalamuttamam Tapoca brahmacariyañca ariya sañcāna dansanaṃ Nibbāna sañcikiriyāca etaṃ mangalamuttamam Puntaṃ loka dhammi cintaṃ yansana kampati Asokaṃ virajaṃ kemaṃ etaṃ mangalamuttamam ඒතාදිසානි කන්වාන සම්බන්තමපරාදිතා සම්බන්ත සොන්තිං ගංචන්තිතං තේසං මංගල මුන්තමන්ති ඒතේන සංච වංජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං ඒතේන සංච වංජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං ඒතේන සංච වංජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං කරණීය මන්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අභිසමිච්ඡ සක්ඛෝජුච සුජුච සුවචෝචං සමුදු අනතිමානි සන්තුන්සකෝච සුභරෝච අම්පකින්චෝච සල්ලහුකවුන්ති සන්තින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අම්පගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනුනුගින්දෝ නච කුන්දං සමාචරේ කිංචි යේන විඤ්ඤූ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හන්තු සම්බේ සන්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා ඒකේචිපාන භූතන්ති තසවාතාවරාවා අනවසේසා දීඝාවායේ මහන්තාවා මංජිමාරංසකානුකතුලා දිත්ථාවායේව අන්දින්තා යේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේසීවා සම්බේ සන්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා නපරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත ඥාති මඤ්ඤේත කන්ත චිනං කංචි ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටික සංඥා ඥාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤංස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතා යතානියං පුන්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුන්ත මනුරංකේ ඒවම්පි සම්බභූතේසු මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තංච සම්බලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණ උන්දං අදෝච තිරියංච අසංභාදං අවේරං අසපත්තං තින්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝවා සයානෝවායාවතන්ස විගතමින්දෝ ඊතං සතින් අදින්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දින්ඨින්ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දන්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේදං නහි ජාතු ගම්බසේයං පුනරේති. එවං මේ සුතං ඒකං සමයං භගවා සාවන්තියං විහෙරති 제තවනේ අනාථ පින්ඩිකංස ආරාමේ අතකෝ අඤ්ඤතරා දේවතා අබින්කන්තාය රන්තියා අබින්කන්තවන්නා කේවල කම්පං 제තවනං ඕබාසෙන්වා යේන භගවාතේනුපසංකමී උපසංකමින්වා භගවන්තං අභිවාදෙන්වා ඒකමන්තං අන්තාසී
Namo Buddhaya and good morning, Bante and brothers and sisters in the Dharma. And once again, welcome to our online Sunday Buddha Puja service. During the Buddha Puja service, we hope everyone can maintain a calm, peaceful, and a happy mind. You may prepare a candle or oil lamp, etc. to offer at your altar. Please wait for the announcement to make the offerings together with Venerable Dr. Dhammapala. Let us now compose ourselves and sit down comfortably, relaxing our mind and our body. And now with deep respect, we invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to make the offerings to the Buddha. To the devotees, you may also make your offerings together. For the rest of you, please fold your palms together in Anjali position and contemplate silently. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ Brothers and sisters in the Dharma, let's pay homage to the Triple Gems. Bhutang Pujemi, Dhammang Pujemi, Sanghang Pujemi. Brothers and sisters in the Dharma, let us together invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to administer to us the 3 refuges together with the 5 precepts. Let's invite together. Aham Pante Samsara Vatatu Kato Mochana Daya Tisara Nena Saha Pancha Silang Damang Yachami Anukahang Katwa Silang Detta Me Pante Tutiyampi Aham Pante Sangsara Vatatu Kato Mochana DayaทิสาราเนนะสหปัญชสีลังตามังยัจฉามิอนุกหังกัตวาสีลังเตตตาเมปันเตตติยัมปีอหัมปันเตสังสารวัตตุกาโตโมชนะตายาทิสาราเนนะสหปัญชสีลังตามังยัจฉามิอนุกหังกัตวาSilang teta me pante.
Namaskara. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Tisarana Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami.
Panchasila. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Kamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Kamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Suramerayaman Japamadatana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Surameraya Majapamatatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami.
Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami. Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami. Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami.
Appamadena Sampadeta.
Amapante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Buddhanusati, recollection of the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Mano Sanang Buddho Bhagavati. Dhammanusati, recollection of the Dhamma. Soakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanayiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinyohiti. Sanghanusati, recollection of the Sangha. Supatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujapatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyayapatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samicipatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yogani atta purisa pogala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahoneyo Ahoneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anutarang Punyaketang Lokasati Chetya Vandana Salutation to the Holy Shrine Vandami Chetiyang Sabang Sabata Nesupatitidang Saririkadatu Mahabodhi Buddha Rupang Sakalang Sada Bodhi Vandana Salutation to the Bodhi tree. Yasamole Nisinova Sabari Vijayangaka Pato Sabbanyutang Satan Vande Tang Bodhipadapang Ime ete mahabodhi lokanat tena pujita ahang pite namasami bodhiraja namatute Padipa Puja, offering of light. Gana sarapaditena dipena tamadansina tilokade pang sambudang pujaya mitamonudang Dhupa Puja, offering of incense. Ganda sambarayutena dupena sugandina Pujaye pujaneyandang Puja bhajanamuttamang Pupa Puja, offering of flowers. Vanaganda gunopetang etang kusuma santating Pujayami munindasa Sripada saroruhe Pujemi buddhang kusume nanena Pungena mittena cha hotu mokang Upang milaya tiyata idang me Kayo tata yati vina sabhavang Paniya Puja, offering of water. Adivase no bante Paniya parikapitang Anukambang upadaya Patigan atumuttamang Asking for forgiveness. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Achayang kamame bande Boripanya Tathagata Kayena vacha cetena pamadena maya katam Achayam kamame dhamma sandetika akalika Kayena vacha cetena pamadena maya katam Achayam kamame sangha Supatipanna anuttara Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu
Namo Buddhaya, Bande, brothers and sisters in the Dharma. It's indeed such a blessing for us to have Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to be with us again in our Sunday Buddha Puja. We shall be also inviting Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to give us a Dharma talk in both English and Mandarin on Ching, lessons in gratitude, a topic I think many of us will be interested to listen and know more about Ming during this Ming festival, when most Chinese take the time off to honor their ancestors by traditional offerings and sweeping of tombs. And if you have any questions pertaining to this talk, you may type your questions in the comment section. We shall then invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to reply your questions after the Dharma talk. However, due to time constraints, we might not be able to answer all your questions, in which case we ask for your understanding and forgiveness. For the information of those who may be new with Venerable Dr. Dhammapala, let me introduce the Venerable. Venerable Dr. Dhammapala was born in Ching in 1970. He was ordained as the Upasampada Bhikkhu in Wat Chong, Kedah in 1994 under the most respected Chao Kun Praraj Dhammatara, who was the chief Samis Sanghanayaka in Malaysia. Subsequently, he sought spiritual dependence under the guidance of Bhante Dhammasakaro Mahathero. He spent 15 years studying Buddhist philosophy, Pali and Sanskrit literatures in Sri Lanka and in Hong Kong. In 2009, Venerable obtained his doctorate of philosophy in Buddhist studies under the supervision of Professor Venerable K.L. Dhamajoti in the University of Hong Kong. After his graduation, he was appointed as the chief editor and spiritual director for the Buddhist Door website, one of the oldest and largest Buddhist websites in the world. In 2010 and to 2013, he was a visiting assistant professor at the Center of Buddhist Studies, the University of Hong Kong. He traveled frequently conducting meditation retreats, Dharma talks and teachings in Malaysia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and China. Venerable Dr. Dhammapala is now the abbot of Brahma Vihara Monastery and Retreat Center, Malacca, and he's also the monastic advisor of the Theravada Buddhist Council of Malaysia. Brothers and sisters in the Dharma, with deep respect, we now invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to begin the Dharma talk on Ming, lessons in gratitude. 我们尊敬的邀请法务比丘为我们佛法开示。
Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thanks, Brother Chim. Okay, so very good morning to everybody. And Namo Buddhaya. So I will be delivering talk both in English and Chinese. Yeah? Okay. So, Qingming Festival, right, is now coming, right? And it's also a very important day for Chinese because Chinese will visit tomb, graveyard, worship and remember their ancestors. And this is to express gratitude to our parents departed parents and ancestors. So in Chinese Confucianism, it emphasizes filial piety, right? 孝, as a supreme virtue, and considered 孝, filial piety, as a fundamental practice. So Buddhism also said the same thing. Filial piety is indeed one of the important aspects in Buddhist ethical teaching. And you find many suttas that emphasize the importance of filial piety's teaching. And I have arranged these materials into the following three aspects. First, filial piety is practiced as a way of requiting or to repay the debt to parents. Okay? And the second one, filial piety is practiced as an ethical good action. And filial piety is practiced as the social order. 清明节呢，对我们中国人来说呢，是一个非常重要的节日，因为中国人呢，会去坟墓扫墓呢，祭祀和缅怀祖先，这也是为了表达我们对父母和祖先的这个无限感恩。那么在我们中国儒家思想里面呢，孝是至上的美德，那孝呢也是根本的修行。佛教呢传入中国之后呢，也被儒家接受。那么主要的是呢，佛教强调这个孝道确实是我们佛教伦理教育的重要思想所以呢，我们说当佛教呢传入中国之后呢，就一拍即合了。所以待会呢，我们会看一些经典，那么这些经典呢，都是强调孝道教育的这个思想。那我将这些经典的内容呢，整理从这三个方面呢来讨论。那第一呢，就是孝道呢，它是偿还父母的债务。第二呢，孝道呢是道德善行。第三呢，孝道是社会的秩序。So the first aspect is filial piety, practice as a way of requiting or repaying the debt to, to one's parents. Okay, so the first sutta that you can find from the Katanya Suttas, right, of the Anguttara Nikaya, the sutta read as follows. Buddha says, "Bhikkhu, one can never repay two persons. I declare, what two?" The answer is very straight: mother and father. Even if I should carry about mother on one shoulder and father on the other shoulder, and so doing should live 100 years, attain 100 years, and if he should support them, anointing them with unguent, kneading, bathing, and rubbing their limbs, and they meanwhile should even void their excrements upon him, even so could he not repay his parents. So in the Mahisasaka Vinaya, there was a bhikkhu. His name is called Pilinda Vaksa. And his parents were very poor, and he wanted to offer them his robe. And he was not sure whether he was doing the right thing. So he went to the Buddhas and asked for advice. The Buddhas, on this occasion, called all the Sanghas together and declared and make it a rule that bhikkhus should support their parents wholeheartedly and throughout their life. And the Buddha hereafter says, I allow you bhikkhus to support parents wholeheartedly in your entire life. If anyone who does not do so commits a grave offense. Right? So in these suttas, the Buddha taught the teaching of filial piety. So the Buddha taught us to be grateful to parents until the end of their life. So what is the reason for that? The Buddha continues to say, right, monks, parents do much for their children. They bring them up, they nourish them, they introduce them to this world. 那么第一个呢，我们来看，就是孝道呢是一种偿还呢父母债务的方式。那学佛的人呢，我们要懂得报恩惜福啊，因为呢，生命是来自父母，所以我们在小的时候呢，父母无条件的给予物质、感情和爱心呢，来照顾我们，抚养我们成人，培育我们成才。所以呢，佛陀才会说，比丘们呢有2种恩难呢，难以恩情呢，难以报答。OK， 那这2种的恩呢是什么呢？一个就是父恩，一个是母恩。那佛陀说比丘们即使一个100年寿命的人，在100年中一个肩膀抬着母亲，一个肩膀抬着父亲，常为他们涂香膏涂香油，沐香水浴按摩，常为他们清理大小便呢，也不足以报答父母恩。那在另一部经律典里面那么有一则故事是这样的，就是一位比丘呢，他名字叫 Belinda Vaksa， 那他的父母很穷，那他想供养他们的父母呢，就是他的袈裟，但他呢不确定到底自己做法呢是不是如法，于是呢他便去找佛陀。那佛陀呢在这个场合里面呢，就召集呢所有的比丘呢并规定比丘们呢我们要进行受这一辈子呢要供养他们的父母。所以呢佛陀之后呢就对这个僧团说，他说比丘们我允许你呢要进行受呢供养就是孝养您的父母，如果任何人不这样子做的话呢，他将犯戒。所以呢在这段经文里面呢佛陀很明显的教导这个孝道的这个精神。所以呢佛陀教导我们要感恩父母直到他们生命的尽头。那这是为什么呢？什么原因呢？佛陀继续说了，他说比丘们父母呢为了他们的孩子呢做了很多的事情，他们抚养他们孩子长大他们教育他们的孩子他们也把他们呢介绍了这个世界。So the Buddha says, how should we repay our parents? Right? The Buddha said that there are these 4 dhammas that we can do and repay them, right? Not by money, but by bringing parents to the temples, right? Strengthening their faith in the Triple Gems, observing precepts, Panchasila, and supporting the sasana by making offering to the sanghas and temples, of course, encouraging them, to attain retreat or to cultivate meditation in order to realize the 4 noble truths. Right? So if children can do these 4 things to the parents, then they have done their best and really requiting the debts or repaying the debts to the parents. So helping one parent in their spiritual progress is considered much more important than helping them in a material or physical way. Okay, so this one you find it from the sutta. It said monks, if incites his unbelieving parents, settle and establishing them in the faith, right? So similarly, if incited his immoral parents, settle and establish them in morality. The third establish them in liberality, giving, and establish them in wisdom. Okay, just a one, just by so doing, does repay, thus more than repay what is due to his parents. 那佛陀说呢，我们要如何的来报答父母呢？佛陀说呢，有4法，我们可以报答父母啊。那当然，这种报答呢，不是用金钱、物质而是呢，带我们的父母呢，不信三宝带我们的父母呢去寺院那使他们对这个建立呢对三宝的这个信心，那么也让我们的父母呢持戒那么也让我们的父母呢可以呢对三宝对僧团或者寺院呢护持三宝供养。那么第4呢就是可以带我们的父母参加一些禅修的课程让他们能够禅修同时也能够了解体证四圣谛所以这4法所以这4法呢就是信心啦持戒布施还有智慧呢就是为人子女回敬父母的最佳供养啦。那么以此报答双亲养育之恩，那才是呢真正我们的这个报答这个亲恩好，那么如果呢孩子呢能够对父母呢做这四件事情呢，那么可以说他已经尽了最大的能力也真正的偿还了父母的债因此呢帮助我们提升他们的精神比任何物质来的更加重要了所以呢我们也祈愿天下的父母能获得儿女孝养这4种的圣法。那么为人子女呢若能做到这种程度呢那这也已经对父母了尽了这个赡养尽了这个孝道了。Then there is another suttas is found in the Brahma suttas, okay, from Anguttara Nikaya. The Buddha told the monks that mother and father, okay, should be worshipped and venerated, and parents are given 4 different terms in the suttas, right? These 4 terms are Brahma, okay, and the second one is the first teachers, Pubbacharya. And the third one is Pubba Devata, right? The ancient deities or old deities. And the fourth one is worthy of an offering, Ahuneya. Okay, so these are the 4 terms. And the first one, what is Brahma? I think we all know, right? Brahma in the in the ancient Indian religion, Brahma is referred to the creator God, right? And they believe, Hindu, the Brahmin, they believe the Brahma, created the human beings, okay, and they created, okay, and also the caste system. So the parents are considered as Brahma, right, to be respected by the children because parents also created us, right? So we said parents are called Brahma, right? And the second one, parents are the first teacher because they are the first to teach the children, right? And the third one, the ancient deities. The word ancient deity is used because, parents are deities. They are deities at home. Why they are deities at home? Because they are the best and they are the supreme. That's why, they also should be respected by the children. And the last one, parents are worthy of an offering of all the material comfort, right? Such as food, drink, accommodation, etc., etc. Okay. So therefore, the Chinese has a tradition to put this ancestral tablet at their house altar so that they can worship their departed parents, right? Even after they leave the world, and pray, from our ancestors for protection. Okay, in fact, don't wait until they leave the world. as Buddhists, we should take care of them while they are still alive. Therefore, Buddhists have a practice to pay respect to the families, to deities, parents, fathers and mothers, every day, right? Particularly in the Buddhist country like in Sri Lanka, they have that very beautiful tradition, to pay respect, to their families, to deities. Okay. OK， 那么在这个佛教呢，父母也有很高的这个地位啦。那么也有这4个称职第一就是父母呢被称为梵天，有时称为老师、先师就是我们的这个老师，有时也被称为天神那么第4呢，值得受人供养的人。那这里呢，梵天是什么意思呢？巴利文叫做 Brahma， 这个梵天呢，在印度教里面就是他们相信这个大梵天神呢，他们是他们的创造神他们创造了这个人类创造了这个4种的这个种姓所以呢这里指的所以呢，他们讲家里父母也是创造神，因为呢他们创造了我们所以呢他们是我们的父母所以呢也是父母被称为梵天。那第2呢，先师就是我们的老师，因为呢他是最早教授我们知识。那第3呢，天神。那天神呢有崇高的这个思想所以我们讲父母呢就是家里的2尊神那接下来呢是值得受人供养的人就是父母呢是值得被供养饮食和值得尊敬供奉的人。所以我们华人呢就有这个传统就是将父母呢在他们往生之后呢立个牌位就是牌匾将他们供奉起来所以呢这也就我们呢每年清明节这时候呢我们都会去祭拜他们是这样所以呢就有了这个传统咯祭拜祖先的这个传统。那当然更多的时候呢是我们都在祈求我们的祖先保佑那当然我们也不要等到他们离开了，不要等他们的往生就在他们有生的时候呢，我们应该好好的孝养他们。所以呢我们谈到就是在佛教国家，对不对？尤其斯里兰卡呢我看到很多家庭他们的孩子呢每天都会礼敬他们家里的2尊神那么就是早上一次晚上一次礼敬他们的父母。那这是非常美好的一个传统来的那当然这也受到了这个佛教的影响所以呢他们又是我们的天神，又是值得供养的人，所以呢不供奉他们，那供奉谁呢？Then okay, in another suttas, in Mahayana suttas, okay, it's great sacrifice from the Anguttara Nikaya. There was a Brahmin. He asked the Buddhas about sacrifice that involved a lot of killing of cows and other animals. Right? Then the Buddha says to the Brahmin, that said, instead of worshipping the actual fire and killing of plenty of cows and animals, which brings no significance, then the Buddha used the fire terminology, right, referring to 3 types of fire which should be attended with care and honor. Okay, so the first one, the first fire, right, is parent. Okay, who should be honored and cared for because all children, right, are born from parents. And the second one, the second fire is one's wife and children, okay, employees and dependent. Right, so the second one is called the family fire because a good man live in a family sharing both happiness and difficulties with all other family members. So a man should support all family members and make them happy. And the third fire, right, represent the religious person. Okay, religious person like monks, okay, Buddhist monks and nuns, right, or who have either attained the goal of arhatship or have embarked on a course of training for the elimination of negative mental traits. Because why? Because they are the field of merit and should be offered necessities by family men. So the Buddha said to the Brahmin, right, instead of offering, right? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. So the Buddha says to the Brahmin, instead of offer, do sacrifice, killing a lot of animals, right? We can offer, okay, this sacrifice in terms of these three fires, that is, the parents, one's wife and children, and the religious people, which bring the best happiness. Okay. 那么在这个有一部经里面哈，就是这个火经里面哈，马哈迦雅央雅 Suttas。那么有一位呢，这个婆罗门教信徒呢，就向佛陀询问，那么有关于这个这个 sacrifice 这个牺牲的这事情。那当然在这些外道，他们牺牲呢，他们是需要大量的杀死很多这些牛啊，还有其他动物的这些祭祀哈。那佛陀呢就回答这位这个婆罗门教哈，他说奉献这些火啊，或者是宰杀这些动物呢，是不会带来任何实际上的好处的啊。所以呢，佛陀呢被问到的时候呢，也同样以这个火的这个俗语呢，就是指出我们应当要恭敬要尊重这三种火。那这三种火是什么呢？就是父母，还有家庭成员，还有包括这个宗教的这个出家人。好，宗教的出家人。Now, okay, so we look at another one is the duty of supporting one's parent. So, yeah, we have seen, right? Parents are considered to be worthy of offering as a Brahma, as a God, as a teachers, and so supporting parents becomes our duties that should be performed. Right? So the Buddha says in the Anguttara Nikaya, right, that there are these three duties that have been praised by the wise and the good, one of which is supporting parents. Okay, so the Buddha says, right, monks, these three things have been instructed by the wise and good. What trees? Charity, going forth, right? Going forth means from the home to the homeless life, and supporting our parents, right, mother and father. So these are the three duties, right, as a lay person. So yeah, we have seen in Thailand, right, there is a tradition, right, to renounce becoming a monk at least once in their lifetime, because they believe, right, sons entering temple, right, pass on considerable merit to their mothers. This is what in Thai tradition says, like paying back the cost of mother's milk, right? And Chinese also said, right, if a son renounces, and the nine ancestors will be ascended to the heaven. Then you see, a lot of people still misunderstood that if a monk renounces, right, he will not take care of the parents. Right? This is not true. Right? And we have seen earlier, it is a duty of a monk even to take care of their parents, because you find in the Vinaya also, it said that if his parents was sick, the monk should go and see them, even if they are not asked for. Right? So it is a duty of monks to take care of parents. So the filial piety should be practiced voluntarily by monks, although they have renounced the worldly pleasure, right? So 那么在这个有一部经里面啊，就是在这个真知部里面啊，有一部经。那么这部经里面有谈到呢，一位知者和善良的人都会称赞这3种的职责。那其中一样呢，就是侍奉父母所以呢，这3样东西是这样的，就是知者或者善人会宣说布施那么善人会宣说这个出家善人也会宣说这个侍奉这个父母。所以你看这个布施出家还有侍奉父母呢，这3样东西都是呢被人称赞的啦被人称赞。所以呢，在佛教的传统他们每个家庭呢都很愿意也许是受到佛教的这个教导就是他们呢都会把孩子呢送去这个寺院出家。比如说像在泰国或者是在藏传也是一样每一个家庭呢都会把孩子呢送去出家。那当然在泰国呢至少送去出家至少1次因为呢他们相信呢儿子出家能够将这个功德呢回向给他们的父亲，那么就是表达对这个父亲的感恩所以呢在他们的传统呢这个是非常受到重视的。所以呢孩子出家其实就是报答父母恩有些是报答母亲的恩惠。那华人呢也有一句话很有意思，就是一子出家九族升天那当然这说明了就是假如一家里面有一个孩子出家的话呢祖宗9代都能够得到庇护能够呢得到升天。所以呢我们看就是我们佛教呢很多有这类的这个经典那但是呢也有很多佛教徒呢就是别人的孩子出家很好但是遇到自己的孩子出家就哭得你死我活所以呢当然这个我们也不能讲说他不明白，那个由于他的执着他的这种贪爱所以呢很多放不下。但也有很多人呢就是误解了佛教出家的这个意义吧他们认为呢如果出家那他会呢以父母的关系呢就断绝就断绝所以呢不再是他母亲的孩子所以这是很多错的观念所以呢当然这也很严重的歪曲了这个佛教的这个教育所以是非常不正确的。因为呢在我们出家戒律里面有谈到，假如一位出家的父母呢生病了，即使呢他们不要求回家，但作为出家的子女呢也应该前往的去探望他们的父母，因为呢这是我们出家人的责任因此呢尽管出家人已经放弃了我们说世俗的这种束缚呢，但是呢还是要对在生的父母呢要尽这个孝道所以呢这是非常重要Okay, now we look at another sutta, is Sigalwada Suttas. Okay, this one is from the Digha Nikaya. It says, right, in order to respect our parents and our ancestors, right, we can accumulate merit and spread love, right, loving kindness for our departed parents. And of course, this lay down a favorable condition of good karma for their ultimate liberation in Nibbana. So in these Sigalovada Suttas, right, the Buddha says there are 5 ways in which a child should attain to his parents, right, as the East. Then East means here is direction, okay? So having supported me, I support them. I think this is quite true, right? I shall do their duties. Here means taking care of them when they grow old, right? I shall keep the family tradition, and I shall make myself worthy of my inheritance. And the 5th one, I shall offer alms in honor of my departed relative. So, in the Indian tradition, East, right, is the most important direction because, right, East is where the day started, in the East direction. So, the life begins with the parents' care and nourishment, right? So, when parents are worshipped in the East direction, that means parents are very important, right? And that deserved our respect, our veneration. 那我们再看哈，在这个善生理经，就是教化仙家罗经啊，那么里面有谈到的，作为一个子女哈，可以从这5个方面来孝养我们的父母哈。那么父母呢，一般都是在东方哈。那么这个是什么？以供养回报教育之恩以照顾回报教育之恩那么还有保存家族的美誉继承良好的家风，还有呢父母呢命终后呢，以他们的名义呢做布施供养回向。所以呢，这个是印度的传统所以呢，在印度呢，东方是非常重要的这个方向所以呢，我们一出生呢，就一直获得这个父母的细心照顾所以呢，我们要礼敬首先要从父母开始所以呢，在印度呢，东方就代表父母 ，OK， 所以呢，在我们佛教呢我们经常呢都会为已故的父母或者是祖先做功德同时也散播慈爱呢。那为什么要这样子做呢？那是因为呢，给他们制造未来善业的这个因缘条件的这个条件就是这个善果未来会结果这个善果的这个因缘条件所以呢我们一般呢佛教徒都会做OK. Then there is also in another suttas, right? This sutta is also from Anguttara Nikaya, right? From the Bhoga Suttas, right? Bhoga Sutta. In these suttas, the sutta says one should honor and venerate the following 5 kinds of people when wealth is righteously earned. Okay, so it means that when a person has wealth, right, then he should, of course, spend for oneself, to his parents and wife, children, and the family members. Okay, and then another one is friends and companions, and the last one is recluses and Brahmin. Here referred to monks and nuns. Okay, so parents, in this regard, they are worthy of the material and wealth support. And also, you look at the 5th one, recluses and Brahmins, right? They are also worthy of support because, by making good deeds, right? By offering. We also accumulate merit for happy life hereafter and leading to happiness, leading to heavenward. Okay? Because the sanghas are the fields of merit. 那么我们接下来看在这个财富经里面在这个真知部里面有提到呢就是当一个人获得这个正当的财富呢他可以呢以为这5种人 OK， 得到快乐。OK， 那这5种人是什么呢？就当然他自己本身哦，第2呢就是父母啊，照顾父母。那第3呢就是缺儿，还有他家庭成员。那第4呢就是亲友啊。那第5呢是出家人啊。那当然这第5种的这个供养呢，当然可以自己在今世和来世呢得到快乐。Okay, now we look at the second aspect. Second aspect, that is the filial piety is practiced as ethical good action. So you see, the merits of supporting one's parents, right, is praised by Buddhists in many places in the early suttas, right? And in the suttas called Matu Posaka Suttas, right? Tales of the Brahmin who came to see the Buddhas and asked the Buddhas about supporting his parents by begging alms food. Okay, then the Brahmin says, Master Gautama, I seek alms by legitimate means, right, which I use to provide for my father and mother. In so doing, am I doing my duties? Okay, so this is a question asked by the Brahmins to the Buddhas. Then the Buddha replied, indeed, Brahmin, in so doing, you are doing your duty. Whoever seeks alms by legitimate means and uses them to provide for their father and mother makes much merit. Okay, you're talking about we're giving much merit. So it's an ethical good action. So you see the Brahmin, he was not very sure whether he practiced the right way in supporting his parents with alms food. Then the Buddhas assure him by so doing, right? And he was not only doing the right thing, but also acquire much merit by supporting his own parents, right? Even though you have renounced, right, you still collecting alms, to support parents. Okay. OK 那么第2个方面呢，我们来看就是孝道呢，作为主要的这个道德善行啊，它是一个道德善行来的。所以呢，我们说供养父母的功德呢，那么在早期很多很多的经典呢，都是被佛陀呢歌颂的了。那么有一部经典呢，在这个真字部里面，就是这个叫做《奉养母亲者经》啊。那么讲述了一位婆罗门啊，就是印度教的这修行者婆罗门啊，他来见佛陀，那就向佛陀呢请求，就是一位出家人啊，弃世啊，以弃世来供养他的这个母亲。所以呢是这样的，就是婆罗门问佛陀说：“世尊啊，我常如法的行器持用供养父母令得乐离苦。世尊，我这样子做呢为多福不？”那么佛陀回答是有多福就是非常好那为什么呢？若有如法行持供养父母呢，令其安乐除苦恼者呢，是有大福，就是是有这个大福报所以呢，这里提到的就是婆罗门不确定呢，就是他以这种托钵的方式来供养父母，不知道是不是如法那佛陀呢，就向这个婆罗门保证说就也鼓励他也赞叹他，就是说你不止呢做正确的事情，而且还通过呢行器来供养父母呢，这个是在呢获得了很多很多的功德所以这个可以从这个道德善行来看，就是一个出家人可以呢透过自己托钵拿回来的食物来供养父母所以呢这个也是佛陀赞叹的。Then in another sutta, right? This sutta is from the Ekotara Agama, right? it says that making offering, to parents is equal to making offering to the bodhisattvas who has one more birth to enlightenment. Okay, I think you know who is here, Bodhisattva. He is now in the Tushita heaven, right? It's called Maitreya Bodhisattvas. So the Blessed One said to the monks, right, there are two dharmas for ordinary people to obtain great merit. What are the two? Then he said, making offering to parents, one can obtain great merit and attain great reward. Then another one, beside parents, right, the Buddha also said, offering to the bodhisattvas who has one more birth to enlightenment. Okay, he also obtained great merit and attained great reward. So here you can see that the Buddha says, right, by making offering to parents is equal by making offering to the bodhisattvas, the bodhisattvas who has one more birth to enlightenment. 那么在另外一部经这个增益阿含里面，那里面有提到呢，就是供养父母呢，就如供养一生普处菩萨。那这个一生普处菩萨呢，就是指即将来这个世间成就佛道的，我们知道的就是弥勒菩萨，那么功德是非常大的，所以呢，在里面有提到的，就是供养父母呢，就好像供养一生辅助菩萨一样，他的功德呢是非常大的。Then we are talking about the ethical aspect, right? The good aspect. Then how about the unwholesome aspect, unethical aspect? It means that one does not respect parents, right? Will be reborn in a poor family. Okay? So it is said in the Ekotara Agama, right? If one does not respect one's parents, right, and other elders, and does not continue the family business, one will be reborn into a poor family, right? So, of course, on the other hand, if one respects his parents, brothers, okay, and making offering to them, one will be reborn into a rich family, right? So, if you want to be reborn in a rich family, right, we have to respect our parents, right? 那么里面也谈到这是道德伦理，就是因为不尊重父母的人呢，他会在他来世呢会出生在这个贫穷的家庭里面所以里面有谈到的就是不孝养父母不继承这个家业那会投身在这个贫苦的家庭里面那么另外一方面呢，如果一个人呢就是恭敬自己的父母还有什么兄弟宗亲那么也供养他们，那么这个人以未来会投身在这个富足的这个生豪族家所以可以看得到呢，供养父母非常非常的重要。我们要来世呢，能够生在这个豪华的家庭里面呢，我们这世呢一定要好好的来孝养我们的父母。And the Buddha says, right, in the Dasutara Suttas, okay, in these suttas, it talks about many kinds of downfall, right? Many kinds of downfall. It says, not respecting parents is one of the 6 ways of dharma, or 6 dharmas that cause decline in practice. Okay, so respecting parents is one of the 6 ways or dharmas. Okay, that also cause an increase in the practice. So now we look at these 6 ways that cause a decline. What are these 6 ways? Is it not respecting the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha? right? Not respecting the Vinayas, the Samadhi, and the last one is parents. Okay, so similarly, 6 dharmas that cause increased, respecting the Buddhas, Dharma and Sanghas, the Vinaya, the concentration, and the parents. Here, also in another place, it's also from Anguttara Nikaya, it's from the suttas called Parikopa Suttas. It says, it is a grave evil if one harms one's parents. Right? So in the Buddha's teaching, it talks about 5 kinds of gravest bad karma. Okay, so the killing of father and mothers are 2 of them. So in these suttas, right, those who have committed these 5 kinds of bad karmas are wayward down to hell with immediate effect and are in extreme pain and incurable. So we can see that the filial pieties that occupies a very important place in Buddhist ethics and spiritual progress, right? So in the Pali Vinaya, right, it says a killer of parents should not be admitted into the order. And if admitted, he should be expelled from the Sangha, from the order, from the Sangha directly. So this is the aspect of filial piety as practiced as a way of ethical good action. OK， 那么我们来看，就是在这部经里面在这部经叫什么经？缘众不安经哈，在真知部里面有谈到，就是如果伤害呢自己的父母呢，可以说这是一件非常严重的罪恶行为。好，那这里面经典有谈到，就5种最严重的这个恶业呢，那么杀父杀母呢，就是其中2件哈。所以呢，这5件非常罪恶的这5件事情是什么呢？就是夺取母亲的生命，夺取父亲的生命，夺取阿罗汉的生命，以恶心使如来流血。OK， 那另外呢，就是分裂僧团，比丘们，这是5种属于苦界、地狱无法治愈的缘众不安。所以呢，所以有这5样是非常非常严重的。那么犯了这其中1样呢，就会即刻下地狱痛苦不可救所以我们可以看得到的，就是孝道呢，在我们佛教伦理道德和这个精神提升进步呢，都占有非常非常的重要所以呢，律典也规定，就是一位伤害父母的人呢，是不允许加入僧团。那如果他加入僧团的话呢，他就会立刻被驱逐这个僧团了所以呢，这个就是第2个孝道是道德善行。Okay. Then we look at the third aspect is the filial piety as the social order. Okay, as the social order. And okay, in the Buddha's teaching, right, respecting parents, right, is a dharma, is the social order. Right? It means it should be the way, right? It should be the order of nature, right? So why? Because if parents are not respected, right, then more bad things, okay, will be happen. And the obvious is the fighting or creating the war, right? So now we can see, the war between Russia and Ukraine, and also the whole world, right, that we live in is not a very good sign, right? We can see the fighting everywhere, the war everywhere. I think this is the things that we should look into it, right? So then in the Chaturmaharajika Suttas, right, it's also from the Anguttara Nikaya, right? And this sutta says, on this Uposatha's day, right, on the 8th, on the 15th, on the 23rd, and the last day of each month, right, the ministers, or who are the counselor of the 4 great king, or the sons of the 4 great king, or the 4 great king in person, they themselves will preambulate this word okay, to see whether people are paying respect to their mothers and fathers, or to recruits and Brahmin, or to show any respect to the elders or not, or do any good things or not. You see, so basically they will come and see these few things, right? Whether people are respecting the parents, whether they're observing the precept, whether perform any meritorious deeds, right? Or whether they pay respect to monks. This word is particularly highlighted. That's why, in our Buddhist tradition, every 4 days, people will come to the temple to observe precepts, do good deeds, pay respect to the sanghas, listening to the Dharma. So all these things are very good act, right? Then, of course, the 4 great king will then report, after surveying all these things, will report the matter to the king Sakadeva. And where is he? Sakadeva is in the Tower Timsa, right? So why they have to report to the Sakadeva? Because if people are doing good things in the world, the God will be very happy, right? Because once they do good deeds, they will show reborn in the heaven. That is to say, right, when the number of gods increased, right, then they will not be afraid of Asura. It means that the god, the Asura will not be fighting with the god. You see, because the Asuras, they have this temperament of fighting. They have that nature of fighting with God all the time. Then, if the number of God increased, right, in the heaven, then this Asura will not fight with them. Okay, so then of course the God have more time, to guard the world, from the evil, from this evil interference from these non-humans beings. Okay. So from these suttas, it's clear, right? If many people do not say like pay respect to the parents, to the monks, okay, then there will be increase of fighting, because Asuras like fighting. So we can see, whether human respect parents or not, okay, respect the recruits of the Brahman and the Sramanas or not, is the source of the ethical practice that directly affect the peace and harmony of the world. So you see, in China and Japan, you find a lot of temples, and many temples, they are guarded by these 4 heavenly king. So they look like warrior figures, who guard the 4 directions: north, south, east, and west, right? And their job is to protect the human, from these malicious spirits, evil interference from these non-humans. 那么我们再来看孝道呢是社会的秩序，所以呢孝道呢也被奉为这个佛法所以我们看到的就是在我们佛教呢每个月的这个布萨日就是初八、14、初八、15、23跟最后一个星期，那么这一天呢，那么4大天王会派他的这个属下或者是他的儿女，或者是他自己本身下来，就是巡查这个人间的德行，那么看看人间有没有孝养父母有没有行善有没有尊敬长辈，有没有恭敬三宝有没有对出家人恭敬等等等等的。然后呢他们就会呢巡查完之后呢，就会回去呢向这些天神就33天的这个天神汇报主要是向33天的这个帝释天王就是汇报人间的这个情况。意思就是说，假如是人间还有很多人做这些善行，对不对？那么这些善行的人呢就会投身在这个天界。那么一旦这个天界天众的人多了，那这样的话呢，他们就不会怕呢被这个阿修罗欺负明白吗那么 只要是众多的这个天神呢，在天界呢，他们不怕这个阿修罗来欺负呢，他们也更多的时间可以来护持这个世间不让这个我们说这些非人来干扰所以我们可以看得出来，就是有没有尊敬出家人，有没有尊敬父母呢？都可以直接影响世界和平和道德的世界所以呢，我们可以看得出来，就是说由于呢不尊敬父母那么我也不尊敬出家人那么我们就会看到呢，这个世界呢太不和平了，尤其是现在我们看到的世界呢分分钟钟会爆发第3次的这个世界战争所以这一点呢，不是我们佛教徒不得不要去要去思考的Okay, so the next is the increase and decrease of lifespan of people. It is said that also the lifespan of people decreases when decreased to 100 years. This is what's happening now, right? These things will happen. Okay, what things happen? It says, people are no more respecting their parents. Okay, they are no more respecting the Sangha, the ascetic and Brahmins. And they are no more honoring the elders in the family. Okay, so this has happened when human lifespan is of 100 years. Then it says that this thing will increase. It says that the lifespan will decrease, will continue to decrease to only 10 years when lifespan of people. Then it says that a small girl of 5 years will reach a marriage age. You see. And of course, at this time, right, people are no more practice moral, deeds anymore, right? And they practice immoral conduct. They kill each others, they're stealing each others, you see, and they molest each others, etc., etc. So, from what we have gathered so far, right, whether parents or religious people are respected or not, is one of the very important factors leading to either increase or decrease of people's lifespan. And this again suggests that the filial piety is a very important ethical practice that affects the order of nature. The lifespan of people increases when they start respecting their parents and their religious people and etc. Okay. 那么最后呢，我们来看我看一下人们寿命的增加或减少那当然这也取决于就是对父母有没有尊敬对出家人有没有尊敬所以呢经典里面有提到的就是当人们的寿命呢缩短到100岁的时候呢这些事情就会发生了，就好像我们现在看到的就是人们呢很少会有孝顺父母那么当然对于出家人士也不再恭敬了这个情况更甚就当人们的寿命呢只有10岁的时候呢，小女孩5岁呢便已经到达了就已经可以结婚了所以呢到时呢所有的恶业呢都全部做了起来就所有的13业也全部的消失了。所以那时候人们呢已经不懂得什么叫做善业，什么叫做恶业所以呢更颠倒的就是人们也不再恭敬父母也不再恭敬出家人等等所以呢我们可以看得出来只要是我们要扭转这种局势呢我们唯有多听闻佛法，多了解佛法佛法教导我们比如说尊重父母啦这些宗教人士，那这样的话呢我们的寿命我们的这个社会秩序呢就会被改善，我们的寿命呢也将会被延长所以呢父母是否受到尊敬和出家人有没有受到这个尊重呢都将导致人们的寿命增加或者是减少的原因之一所以呢可以看得出来，孝道呢是我们佛教非常重要的这个道德实践，它会影响这个自然的这个秩序 then how should we Chinese Buddhists, I'm talking Chinese Buddhists, honor our departed ones, right? So in the Sigalovada Suttas, okay, again, the Buddha says the children should frequently offer alms in honor of their departed parents, right? Share memories with our departed ones for their better rebirth in the future existences, okay? So there is this message, okay, instructed by the Buddha himself. So, of course, our Chinese Buddhists will honor their departed ones. This is what I have listed, the following 3 manners, right? One is frequently do dharnas to Sangha members and share merits, right? Another one is a festival to honor departed ones like Ching Ming, the Olambana days, or during the Lunar New Year Eve, okay? These are the days, we remember our ancestors and share memories with them, you see. And the third one is worship of ancestral tablets in the house. Okay, so this is what we can do. And then another one, 接下来我们看哈，在这个善生经里面啊 Sigalovada Suttas 呢，佛陀他很明确的就告诉我们说，后人应该经常对已故，就是已去世的父母呢做功德就是以他们的名义做布施为他们呢累积功德那回向他们呢往生善去。所以呢，华人的佛教徒呢会以这几种的方法来对父母，就是已故的父母呢表示尊敬比如说供养僧团这个是我们发现到很多家庭都会做的什么逢年节日假日我们都会供养僧团来将这个功德回向给父母呢，可以往生善去。第二呢，就是这些特殊的传统纪念节日，比如说清明节扫墓或者是盂兰盆，或者是一些特别的节日我们来纪念父母，也同样做功德回向。第三呢，就是可以呢，这个是我们华人传统，就是在家里供奉这个祖先的这个牌位那么可以选择每一天或者是一些特别的一些节日呢，可以上香或者供水或者是祭拜那么今天我就简单的从这3个方面来跟大家探讨这个清明的这个重要性谢谢。好。
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Pandey, for the very informative, very interesting, and very inspiring Dharma talk this morning. That gives us a better understanding of how we should do our duty in filial piety to our parents, especially to our departed parents, which is very meaningful, especially now during this time of Ching Ming. Now the time for Q&A. Brothers and sisters in the Dharma, do you have any question for Venerable Dr. Dhammapala? Yeah, Pandey, if after learning the Dharma on the importance of repaying the parents' debt, a person has strong desire to do so, because they had not done before, but the parents have already passed away. What's the best way for the person to repay his debt now, other than just doing Pakitana?
Okay. Yeah, I think what you can do now is also, like in my last slide shows that, we can, do dhanas and share merit with them. I think this is one. Like during any special festival, right? Honor them. And of course, I don't know, in most of the Chinese families, they do have the ancestor tablets in the house. So they also so I think this is the only way you can think of. You can do it, and share merits with them. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Pandey, for the good advice. Any other question from? Yeah. Pandey, should we do Pakitana for our ancestors only during Ming and the 7 lunar months, or can we do it any time of the year and more
yeah,
regular?
Yeah, I said already. Yeah, you can do it anytime. You can do it every day, huh? Or any special festival. So remember them and do danas. Huh? So it's no harm doing danas for our ancestors, because we are talking about our ancestors, not just only our parents, also our many ancestors in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We go for third question. From G.K. Tan. Thank you, Pandey, for your sharing. My question, is it advisable to keep the tablets in the house for parents only, or should we also include our ancestors that have been passed down by our parents, grandparents for many generations?
I don't know. I don't know the tablet, because nowadays you can see the tablets is for the ancestors. It's the ancestors. So you can keep. I don't know if your parents, if your family is not allowed you to put these tablets, then no need to put. I mean, I refer to those who have the tablets at home, so you can continue. If the family members are not agree with your putting tablets in the families, then you better don't do it lah. I think more important is in our heart, or during these special events, or during this special festival, we can do it. Of course, if you have, then I would suggest put not just only your existing your departed parents, but also including the past ancestors of many generations.
Yeah, thank you, Pandey. Any other questions? Any more questions? Pandey, just now you mentioned in the Sikalawata Sutta that a householder should support the parents because the parents have supported them. But what if in this situation whereby the parents have neglected the children, would Pandey still recommend the children to support the parents?
Are you saying that who are neglected?
The parents have neglected the children since they were born, for example.
It's okay. I think it's even if parents are neglecting their children, I think as a duty of the son or daughters, I think it is a duty, to take care of them when they grow old, or with all kind of support. It's okay. We don't expect the reciprocal, the mutual, but at least we have done our part. We have done our duties. You see. Yeah. So it's like someone says, see, our born in our coming to this world is to repay the debts to our parents. Like 还债, like Chinese say, 我们不是讨债，我们是还债啊 repaying or requiting the debts.
Yeah, thank you, Pandey. I think there are no more other questions. In which case, once again, we thank Pandey for your very informative, very educational, very inspiring and enlightening talk this morning that give us a better understanding on how we should perform our filial piety to our departed ancestors, especially during this time of Ming, how we should do or perform our duty in a more proper manner. On behalf of members and devotees, we thank Pandey for your advice and your good or your enlightening answers to our questions. Thank you so much. And once again, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Is HJBA do Patidana, Ching Patidana this year?
Yeah, on the 10th of this month. April.
Yeah.
10th of April.
April.
Yeah.
So you can encourage them to offer to do danas, to do merit.
Yeah, thank you, Pandey. Yeah, brothers and sisters in Dharma, this morning as we partake in this Buddha Puja and listen to the Dharma, we have gained a lot of good merits. With due respect, we shall now invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to lead us in the dedication of all these merits we have accumulated with all sentient beings. Today is also the funeral of Brother Chuan's mother, our usual host, regular host, Brother Chuan, mother who passed away peacefully 3 days ago. With due respect, we also invite Pandey to lead us to dedicate this marriage to Brother Chuan Tek Pun's mother. By the power of all these merits and with our own good merits, And with the blessings on Triple Gem, may you have a good rebirth and walk the path as taught by the Buddha and attain Nibbana eventually. Bante, with deep respect.
Pakitana, transference of merit. Akasata Chabomata Deva Naga Mahedika Punyang Tanumoditwa Chirang Rakantu Loka Sasanang Chirang Rakantu Desanang Chirang Rakantu Mamara Etawata cha amhehi sampadang punya sampadang sabe devam sabe sata sabe buddha anumodantu sapasang patisiddhya idang me nyatinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo Imina punya kamena Mame bala samagamo Sata samagamo hotu Yavani vanapatiya Idang me punya asava kaya wahang hotu Idang me punya nibbana sepat Sayohotu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
On behalf of members and devotees, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude and gratitude to Bante for leading us in our Buddha Puja this morning and teaching us the Dharma. Our brothers and sisters in the Dharma, please help me to thank Venerable Dr. Mapala and also the organizing team. Brothers and sisters in the Dharma, before we end this service, let us pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddhang Pujemi, Dhammang Pujemi, Sanghang Pujemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We have come to the end of this 85th SJPA Sunday Buddha Puja service. The next Buddha Puja service will be on next Sunday, 3rd of April. And on a Sunday day after, that is on the 10th April 2022, SJPA will be organizing a Ming Pakitana in the form of hybrid, both physical and online. We look forward to your participation. May all you and your family be safe, be well, and be happy. Sabbe Satta Pavandu Sukhi Tata. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Bahung sahan semabhinim mitesayudantang ngirimi kelang udita Sasene marang Dānādhi Dhamma Vidinā Jitavā Munindo